In this week's episode of the Real Albuquerque Podcast, we have Howie K, username Howie Kybel from Yelp, and we talk about his experience at a body shop. We talk about monocles,
Breakfast burritos,
Howie's name,
yes,
the Singing Highway,
yeah,
Don Schrader,
yeah, indeed.
Don Schrader, aka the Naked Indian. I'm not sure if that's his real name, but that's what I think we call him on UNM. Daisy Duke shorts, highly tanned.
Yep.
What else do we talk about? Talk about goofy stuff.
We talk about hyper local stuff that a lot of people right here in Albuquerque are going to relate to. And if you're not right here in Albuquerque, you're going to say, "Wow, that place is Martian." This is a unique city.
If you're not from here, check out Yelp. You'll see why in our episode. But Chloe's going to hit the music, and we'll be into the show here in a second. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Hey guys, my name is Chris Martin from The Real Albuquerque. We have Chloe, the producer cat, taking our seat.
Yeah.
She's more important today. We have Howie Kybel.
Yes, you got it. Nailed it.
It only took us a few times. Howie Kybel from Yelp.
Community director.
Community director of Albuquerque, New Mexico and Yelp, right?
Yes. So I connect.
Or in surrounding areas?
Yeah. I'm the only employee in the state.
Oh, cool. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. But really, Albuquerque is the place that we're really focused on connecting people.
So you don't connect people in Pie Town, New Mexico?
Pie Town has about 5 people in it, I want to say.
So they're already connected.
Yeah, they're really well connected. Yeah. We're sometimes in Santa Fe. We'll sometimes go up to Taos or, Las Cruces, but for the most part, Pie Town is not on our agenda.
So tell us what you do.
I'm sure
in
the
a few...
pies are, highly rated because they're really good.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah.
Well, I've actually never been to Pie Town, so that's just a speculation
Gotta go,
statement.
man. Gotta
Really?
go. Yeah, you go down to Socorro, and then you're going to be driving by the very large array.
Yeah.
So there's one reason to do it right away, and then you just keep on going, and it's desolation. There's nothing out there, and then you kind of come across a couple restaurants that have great pie.
Oh, there you go. It's Pie Town.
Yeah. The most unimaginative sort of name for a town ever made, but that's cool.
So what do you do in a few sentences?
I connect people with great local businesses.
Now, what does that mean?
Yeah. So what does it mean? If you use Yelp, if you're somebody who uses the site,
I don't think there's probably anybody who hasn't used Yelp.
I appreciate that. I hope that's true.
Is
my job easier.
Is that pretty much the true statement? I don't know.
You know what's interesting? I've been doing this for 4 years. 4 years ago, I would go to big events like our Balloon Fiesta or something like that,
okay.
and I would tell people who I worked for and what I did, and people would typically, their first question was, "What's Yelp?" Now it's very much like, "Oh, I use Yelp. How do you how can you help me?" So.
Right.
Now it really is about taking users and connecting them to really awesome local businesses, and then also working with those business owners,
right,
and helping them reach out and connect with these locals.
So a little back and forth.
Back and forth. I don't sell anything. Everything that we do, as far as we throw events all over the city. I write a weekly newsletter that connects people with these businesses.
Well, that's a good segue. How can we get a hold of? I was gonna say Ryan. I don't know why Ryan.
That's right.
Do you ever get Ryan?
No, I don't.
Okay, so that's something out of left air.
But most people here don't know how to spell my name.
Howie?
Yes. How do you spell my name?
Howie.
You'd be amazed how many people.
What's the most interesting?
EY is typically what
HOWEY?
Yes, all the time. If I call in an order to pick up,
like Dion's or Starbucks, something they write in Howie.
But that's because there are no Howies in Albuquerque. Thank you, my dad and mom.
You may be the only Howie.
Well, it's a name that died in the 1950s. So either you're named after your father, and I am on the third, or you somehow just like you're that guy in the office that nobody likes. Like, oh, Howie. Howie told me I had to get the report done, or you're the guy that makes the ice cream at the malt shop, right? It's one of the two. I swear, there are no other Howies out there except you're named after someone or you have this crappy... Yeah.
This is the Howie demographic right here?
This is. It's a very shrinking demographic. I'm not naming my... There is no fourth.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say. Now,
No.
if you have a son, is there gonna be a fourth?
No.
This name dies here.
Done. Finished.
I'm thinking Howie Mandel. Remember Howie Mandel?
Oh, yes.
And
I had a few role models to choose from. Very few.
Do you remember the cartoon he had?
Yes, I do. Bobby's World.
Bobby's
Yes.
World.
Yes.
I loved Bobby's World.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you can find it on Netflix. Ultra tangent. I forgot what we were talking about.
So what do I do?
Yeah.
It is complicated in that people don't really understand.
How do we get a hold of you?
How do you get a hold of me? Well,
No, you said that you have the newsletters, right?
right.
Okay.
Well, if you wanted to email me, you can do albuquerque@yelp.com.
All spelled out?
Yeah, albuquerque@yelp.com.
With the never mind. I'm going on a tangent here.
Yeah, don't spell it the old Spanish way where you throw in an extra R.
Yeah. Okay. That's
But
that's where I was going. Do you know? You obviously know the story behind that, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But Albuquerque@yelp.com, super easy to, or just find me on the site because everyone on Yelp has a public profile. I'm very, very active. Obviously, you're going to find my reviews, my talk threads, events that I set up.
There's events. I don't know about this events field.
It's actually, this is probably a really well kept secret that's not meant to be kept secret at all.
Okay, so this should be known.
Yes, on the app you can find these events. So we throw really cool events for the general public all over the place, all over this city.
Where do I look?
Look for more categories. Look under events. You should be able to find it.
Oh,
right there.
vending service. No.
No. Oh, we're not looking at the right part of the app. Go back to the home screen.
I'm going on the app here because I'm
Yes.
curious. I want to find out these events.
Yes.
More here. There we go.
There you go.
More on the bottom right. Then events here. Oh.
And
Cool.
you're going to find out, among other things, that on Wednesday we're going to Red Door Brewery. We're going to get a tour of the brewery.
Oh yeah, right here.
You see it right there? So this is a free event that's open to the public. You can go. We get a tour of the brewery. We get a sample of the beer. We're probably going to get a sample of the food truck that's there. It's, every other Wednesday at 6 o'clock, we hit a different brewery around the city.
Oh, really? Very
and do
cool.
This. Just as an example.
And
this
you're there,
stuff-
of course.
This is actually I have an intern who's doing an awesome job, and these are his. I'm letting him develop like his own events. These are for him. But I'm at most of our events around town. We have one coming up.
This is very cool. I've never known about the events.
Oh, right. There's a ton of them. So there's a lot of public events that we do, and then we also do events for our elite squad, Yelp Elite Squad. Do you know anything about the Yelp Elite Squad?
No.
There we go, people. So there's a great South Park episode if you want to know about what Matt Stone and Trey Parker think.
Yeah. Well, we obviously saw the South Park episode. You saw that, right?
It's so great. It's great. I mean, like, I can't think of any. It was so classic South Park, and I'm so glad they did it.
It's so hilarious. I'm a Yelp reviewer.
Yeah.
Right this way, sir.
So you'll notice that they said we're elites. What are elites? Well,
what are those?
When you're looking for a recommendation on Yelp, one of the first reviews that you're going to read is probably going to be from a Yelp elite. These are people who write useful, interesting, and sort of tangible reviews that both the public and business owners can use. Whether they had a good experience or not, they're going to be. It's a useful review. These people are active on the site. They're checking in on businesses all around town. They're adding pictures and sort of being part of this ecosystem that we have. And so our company recognizes that as being really valuable. And what they get is a badge on their profile that says that they're elite. And then I put together events all over the city at really cool local businesses where they get to sort of get the inside scoop on it. They meet the restaurateur, or at the gym they get an introduction to the gym. We do this at businesses all over the place, salons, you name it.
This is what you're talking about, connecting people with businesses.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
And businesses to people, obviously.
Yep.
Red Door to people, people to Red Door.
Exactly.
Gym to elites, elites to gym.
Yep. And then with those business owners, I'm sitting down with them and going, are you responding to your reviews? Have you developed your business page to tell people about what's really unique about you?
Right.
You know, so I'm doing a lot of that. There's more than enough to do.
Yeah, the Yelp story goes way back to maybe 10 years ago?
2004.
2004. Now, interesting story I read in a book, actually, and I think it was Gary Vaynerchuk's Thank You Economy, if you ever read that book.
I have not. I've heard good things.
He talks about how Yelp started with Zagat, and I can't remember the right book if this is it or not. Anywho, Yelp came along from San Francisco, started free, and you guys have doubled your users from like, I don't know, 100 to 1 million to 2 million to 10 million to whatever. It's just a graph like this.
We just passed the 100 million review mark.
Wow.
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Craziness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is, Yelp is taken over by storm. It's not taken down Zagat, but made Zagat, which is popular on the East Coast in bigger cities, not Albuquerque. People are like, what's Zagat? Right? But in bigger cities, that's a big review thing, and now they've had to, kind of compete with you.
Yeah, sure.
I would say you guys don't compete with really anybody, because when I think of restaurants, now other services are on their Yelp too.
Yeah, that's a really important point to bring up. A lot of people don't realize that it's a really awesome resource for literally anything. In fact, we were going to talk about cat resources.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
cat-friendly places in Albuquerque.
Yeah. I do this with I am shocked over and over and over again how I use Yelp to find literally everything in my daily experience. Mm-hmm. I just found a body shop that I just saw.
Which body shop? Can you say?
I think it was. I want to say Ascension. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Way North Valley. We'll figure it out. But I had one of those sketchy interactions. I don't know if I'm sure you know what this is about. So I go to my dealer, right, and I have a busted bumper. Okay. And he's like, "Oh no, that needs a body shop."
Yeah, that needs.
Here's our guy, and he takes out his card and he's like, "Here's our guy."
Was he winking?
Yeah, we don't work together, but this is the guy we refer everyone to, and you make sure when you go over there,
you tell him Bill sent you,
right?
Or whatever.
Right, so I got the business card, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll check out Bill on the app, right? Oh, Bill doesn't have any reviews, and
horrible profile.
Yeah, there's nothing on there. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, is he even a real person?
Right. So, is there a body shop nearby? Oh, yeah, there is, and there's this place that I know. I've read the reviews from these people, and they totally, they're saying great things about it. I'm just gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
Ended up having a really great experience. So yes,
paid it forward, wrote a review.
Right. And so that's how it all goes. And the same thing can go for your cats. So
you're currently on the show with Brittany Flowers on Wednesdays.
Yes.
What's that show? Brittany.
Tu Casa Style.
When I was filming this with Brittany, I always forgot this too.
That's
Tu Casa Style.
Yes.
Wednesdays, Channel 2, Fox,
yes.
9 a.m.
9 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
Mm-hmm. And we do
Howie's on there Wednesdays.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. So we do a segment about anything in the world because Yelp can be anything.
Right.
And this last week, there's a feline film festival. You should know this.
Yes.
Since you have such an extraordinary cat.
Chloe was very adamant about this. Yeah, she knows.
Okay. The Animal Humane feline. Yes. So we wanted to help them promote this awesome. Wonderful thing put on by Animal Humane. And so we talked about some cat-related businesses on Yelp. And what's really great is you can type in cat or feline in the search bar for Yelp, and you'll come up with some businesses that have that are cat-focused or, that are just for cat lovers. So, I couldn't find any cat patios. I don't know of anyone that leashes their cats, but there is going to be a cat cafe, by the way. Did you know this?
No.
Oh, yeah. Big, exciting news for Albuquerque. It's like...
What do? You just let you go get their food, you let the cat roam around?
You don't bring your own cat. It comes supplied with cats.
I've heard about this, and they have this in other cities in maybe Europe.
Yeah, it started...
no, in Japan?
I believe it did start overseas. I don't know where.
I think it started in... I could be wrong. It started in the Asian markets.
Probably.
And you go there and there's cats and they're all around and people are like, well, that's probably not health related or sanitary, but dude, I don't care.
Sounds so Japanese, actually, doesn't it? Like
I think that's where it started.
Yeah, and then New York got one a little more than a year ago. So this is going to be in Edo.
Okay. East
downtown.
right? Some people don't know who Edo is.
If you know where the Daily Grind was and what is now the Lunchbox. It's right there. It's kind of next to Standard Diner.
Okay, yeah. That's where Edo starts, basically.
Yes.
Right on that corner there. They have the sign that says Edo.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So this place is, believe it or not, I believe I saw that it is also going to offer yoga, but it will have vegetarian food, and it will be a cafe. You can sit in there, hang out, chill with the cats, do your work, eat a little something, and yes, it has passed our health codes.
Oh, okay.
So that's supposed to open this weekend. So
Oh, really?
Who knows? Now there are other, but the reason I used Yelp the other day is because I have a 17-year-old cat who is exhibiting all of the issues of a 17-year-old cat. I wanted to find a good vet.
Okay.
And I found one. Granted, they'll see dogs and cats, but
Sure.
there were a lot of cat owners who said wrote reviews saying, these people are really great with, were great with my cat, and sure enough. They were great with mine too.
Which one is this?
This is St. Martin's.
Okay.
It's over in Uptown. But there's also a cat. I off the top of my head, I can't come up with the names of these places. But there's a feline like lodging. There's a place for you to leave your cat over.
Is that over off 4th Street in Rio Grande?
There's 2 of them, yes, and one of them is off of 4th Street. So
I can't remember what that is.
is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So there's that. Some other ones I found. I found a cat rescue company in Santa Fe.
Santa Fe? No, Watermelon Ranch?
No, they do both.
That's where Chloe came from, is the Watermelon.
Oh, great. Yeah. That's a great organization. But no, this was just cat specific up in Santa Fe.
Okay.
What else? I want to say there was another, it was like a pet store that I found too, but yes, you can find these things.
Anything. Yes. Well, start off as food. Now you can do other things. We are in our burrito review that we reviewed 2 burritos. You mentioned a story that I wanted to bring back into this episode that is kind of fun about the Portland bell pepper thing.
Yes.
We forgot to put that in there because we filmed it twice.
Oh, it's great. That's a great example. So my wife moved to Portland to sort of make it, after college. And one of the first things she did, she moved right next. She started living right next to a Mexican restaurant. She went to a Mexican place. She went to this restaurant and she ordered what they called a chili relleno.
Right.
Chili relleno plate. She took one bite into it and realized she was eating a bell pepper, which that's blasphemy in Albuquerque.
Right. That's like, you'll get laughed at and you'll have like riots outside your restaurant.
You would.
Yelp would be like 0 stars. Is there a negative star option? That kind of stuff.
Right. Like if there were ever an all-out revolt like a
coup?
like the Watts riots, it'd be the restaurant that serves a chili or a bell pepper instead of a chili pepper. So yeah, she was like traumatized by this.
Yeah.
And now, she realized right then that the authenticity of New Mexican food is so unique here. It's just, there's nothing like it.
She's drinking your water. So we'll get you another water.
It's all right. It's fine, really.
Anything on the floor is really close. Well, and tables, everything in this house is her game. Hers. Is that like your cat?
Yeah, I was saying.
Or is it a him or her?
I actually have 2. I have a he and a
okay.
she. And I was saying to you, like the thing is when you get a cat, you think that you're avoiding the dog route so that they're really autonomous.
Yeah.
And you don't have to. You just feed them, right?
Right. And they do their thing.
They do their thing. No,
they order pizzas and take care of themselves. And
no way.
No.
Cats are like when they need when they want to be paid attention to, they're just like, yo,
You ain't doing nothing.
Yep. I am doing.
They rub against your face. They rub against your phone. They're like all up in your game.
Yep. All up.
Chloe's like that too. She'll be in autonomous mode and you're like doing stuff and she'll come running up and like want attention like right now.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. That's what she did like right away when I came in.
Chloe.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, now what's
it's
up?
Just like, whatever.
Yeah, that water was good. It's my water now, guys. Well, we talked about burritos and stuff in our early episode, New Mexican food. It's really interesting how you can use Yelp. What other ways can you use Yelp that maybe people don't know about?
I could go on and on, but give me an example.
Maybe there's some few hacks that we don't know about.
So before I came here, the wonderful thing about the app is that it's location specific. It's going to find out what you're looking for based on exactly where you are.
Right.
So as we're driving up here, we have an hour to spend. I'm with my 5-year-old. What are we going to do?
Okay. So you were in this area an hour before.
Yeah. And so I searched parks because she loves parks.
Okay, cool.
Boom, Montgomery Park comes up.
Which one is that?
It's off of Comanche and like San Mateo sort of area. So, yeah.
Okay.
And suddenly I found this great local park that we had never spent time in, which was exactly what I was looking for. I wrote a review for a hiking trail last week. Mm-hmm. There's local flavor that you can find. I wrote a review 2 weeks ago for the Singing Highway. Do you know about our Singing Highway?
No. Go on.
Yeah, so there's a local flavor category on Yelp that tells you about things that are hyper local. Here's an example. Walter White's house, 1 block away, is local flavor. You ain't gonna find Walter White's house anywhere else in the country. But our Singing Highway is off of
flavor.
There you go.
So it's just under. Yeah, this is cool. I didn't know about this.
So in the East Mountains,
0.3 miles.
there you go. It just came up with it. It's
Walter and Skylar's house, 0.3 miles away. That's
Bingo.
what we're talking about.
Found it. So
Giant Red Arrow. That's actually Carl and Indian School. That is cool.
It is.
It's been here for a long time since my mom's like a daughter.
It's the way that people have oriented themselves in this city.
Sorry, my mom's a daughter. My mom was a younger girl. That Giant Arrow has been here.
Yeah.
At Carlisle and Indian School. Wow, this is cool.
It is cool, isn't it? This is super cool.
I didn't know he had a tombstone.
Yes, I actually put that review in.
You gave it 1 review. There's only 1 review.
Yeah, that's mine.
It says Howie K. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, you're an elite, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse, for allowing me the opportunity to address those who have been.
Yeah, it's a rather long one.
The rather long Yelp reviews I find to be totally hilarious.
Some of them.
Yeah,
brevity's a good thing too, guys.
People, you find these reviews on Yelp, and they're like, there's this Mexican restaurant in Kansas City that my family's like, dude, you have to go before you go to the airport. You have to go to this place. They have horrible Mexican food, horrible margaritas, but everybody says, I've been there. It's just, you got to go. That's what the review says. Like, food is horrible. This place is horrible. Margaritas are like sippable, but it's like more of a. My cousin was saying, you guys got to go there and experience it.
Yeah, well, why don't we go?
But the reviews are just hilarious, and you're like, this is pure writing.
I love that.
You're like, this is
a creative impulse that we have. This is an outlet that you can use, and there's. I think that's wonderful. I mean, why do you go to a dive bar?
Yeah.
You don't go to a dive bar for the drinks.
Right.
You go, to actually see. You typically will see people who aren't having a very good time in life. but it's but you're at a dive bar, man. You should be having cheap drinks and having that experience.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this Singing Highway I was talking about.
Yeah.
This is in the East Mountains. It's just between Albuquerque and Tijeras, and you roll over some highway strips like those bumps on the side of the road.
Yeah.
At 45 miles an hour, and it will play America the Beautiful.
No way.
Yeah. This is one of 3 in the entire world. And it's only like 20 seconds, but it's a 20 seconds of joy in your life. That
the musical highway
right there. Yeah. And I actually did a recording of it. If you wanna play that, you can do it. I put a 10-second video.
I like the street sign says reduce to 45 miles an hour, and it has a picture of like a little like notes and stuff.
Yeah. This was National Geographic paid for this. It was a.
Is this your video?
Yeah. Social experience.
You have a Bernie sticker?
Yes, I do.
I'm not judging.
Yes, indeed. Actually, this is a friend's car. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
It?
Yeah. This was 14 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So there's a huge dimension to Yelp that the everyday person who uses it to maybe find a good restaurant isn't gonna find. I
was reading the first few sentences of your review. Howie K is on Yelp. He actually obviously works for Yelp. Check him out. I'm just reading like the first few sentences of the last reviews. They're hilarious.
Thanks. No, that's what I enjoy doing it.
It's like when you go on Craigslist and you're trying to buy something and someone has like a story, like a backstory of like this computer chair.
Yes.
You're like, I don't know. Strangely, I want to buy this now.
Right.
Because there's like effort. It's not just like computer chair, 2 years old, $25. It's like I use this chair. You know what I'm saying. There's a lot of backstory.
Yeah. Well, Yelp is very much about freedom of expression and allowing people to have and to be able to have a voice online.
So people who aren't here in Albuquerque, local flavors for every city.
Yes.
Even Pie Town?
I bet you'll find something in Pie Town, but really, what's great is you were looking at, like, you saw that Musical Highway had maybe 3 reviews, something like that. Albuquerque's sort of in its infancy from this standpoint.
Now, you go to San Fran or bigger cities,
right?
Local flavors like
all over,
or Pasadena or something, like local flavors outrageous.
And anywhere you are, you can just be like, you know what, I want to find something unique that's really specific to this city. Boom, you're gonna get led to.
I'm picturing when you travel. That's like when you travel to go somewhere, instantly just jump to local flavor for a restaurant, right?
Yeah. Or for local flavors really for
hotspots,
unique places to visit or things to, or even people. Sometimes if a person is, I'll give you Don Schrader would be a good example in Albuquerque. I have not put him on Yelp because I think I want to leave Don. Do you know Don?
I'm trying. That name is very familiar, but I can't remember why I know Don Schrader.
Don Schrader's sort of a local icon here. He wears Daisy Dukes and is otherwise pretty much naked.
The naked Indian
stands. Well, he's not Native American, but he stands next to UNM. Usually holds up signs that he is anti-war and pro.
Yes. Now I don't know
other things.
I don't know if they. I think he's referred to as the naked Indian.
Okay.
Also.
Okay.
Now, I could be wrong here, but he's basically highly tanned.
Yes.
Very dark.
Yep.
Wears Daisy Duke shirts. Everybody knows. Now I know who you're talking about. I didn't know he had a name.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I knew he had a name, but I never knew that's what it was.
I don't know if he still has his public access show, but I mean,
he's on public access.
Yeah.
He does weird stuff like drink his own urine.
Yes. I actually
lived.
I lived next to the man for a while when I was in college.
He eats raw meat.
No, he doesn't eat meat at all. He's totally vegetarian. He eats raw fruits.
Raw fruits, okay.
All the time. And grains and seeds. So we had like an
lived
apricot tree. Yeah, I was in the same apartment complex as him.
So the legend is true.
Oh, yes. And we had one
He was
really
on public
awesome
access for a long time, and it was hilarious. It was like 2 a.m. and something like this. It was like, who is this? You're like, he's dancing around and stuff.
Right.
Saying crazy stuff.
Yes, he's a good example of someone who you would actually, a person that you would find on Local Flavor. People could write a review of Don Schrader. And so some of those reviews might not be so positive, but most of us really do adore his presence here in Albuquerque.
He doesn't have a show anymore, does he?
I don't believe so.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's a bummer. Interesting guy.
Yeah. So in other cities, if you're traveling too, not just the Local Flavor, but so many of the events that are happening, great ways to connect you to the businesses and get freebies and learn and meet business owners. I mean, it's a much more intimate and real way to have and experience in a city.
What would you recommend? We have just only a few more minutes on this episode, which that 30 minutes has already gone by, if you can believe that.
That's awesome.
What else do you want to say briefly about Yelp or about life or Albuquerque or whatever?
Well, I would definitely say if you don't have an account yet, if you're just sort of a passive user of Yelp, it's totally fine. There's plenty of us out there, but as this has illustrated so incredibly well, there are so many reasons to get a profile and then just get engaged
and get involved.
Yep. And seriously, like, it is so fun. I'll give you another example of a fun review to write. The snowball or the tumbleweed snowman.
Yes, from AMFCA.
Yes.
AMFCA?
Yeah.
They have it on 40.
Yep.
By that, now it was Sandia Casino. Remember the lottery sign? No, it's not. The AMFCA Tumbleweed Snowman, yeah.
The Tumbleweed Snowman. So those of us Borqueños who see that every December and are like, that's so whack! And it's so, like, exactly what reminds me it's Christmas and, it's the holidays in New Mexico. It's endearing to my heart, and it is totally whack. I don't know who came up with that idea or why they did, but you can write a review of that.
And it's highly publicized. Like, people on Twitter, like Mark Ronchetti, and people shout out about it. It's like the AMFCA, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
But the Tumbleweed Snowman's up, and he's ready, and you drive by him, and it's cool. It's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you know it's winter.
Yeah. So use that, all that love that you have for this city, pour it out on Yelp.
Or if you're from other cities, pour it into your local city or
Exactly.
cities you're traveling and seeing.
Yes.
Brings up a good point. Usually we talk about how do you build a business and stuff like that, but if you're a business owner, you want to encourage your people to check in and build reviews, right?
Yes.
To build your brand.
Yes.
Now, if you're a person, it's almost kind of your sense of responsibility, kind of, if you have a good or bad review or experience, to kind of share that with other people.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. But thanks for bringing up the business owner side of it too.
Right.
If you're a business owner, there are a ton of free tools on Yelp. They're free, totally free, to connect with this online consumer base of people who want to find out about your business. So go to biz.yelp.com and start using those tools. If whether you're in Albuquerque or in another, most major cities have people like me, community directors or managers, who are happy to help you out with all the free tools. That's what we're here for.
Now, is this worldwide?
Yes, Yelp is all over the world. We opened in Japan last year, among other places.
Are you guys in other places like Russia and China and all those kind of places?
So we haven't hit every continent or every country.
What about Antarctica? What's the local flavor in Antarctica?
Right. That wouldn't be Santa Claus, so who would be using that?
I don't know. The explorers? The penguins?
Right?
The emperor penguins?
No, there are some places that we haven't probably touched yet, but you just wait. We'll be there.
Because I've used it overseas, and you're like, oh, cool, I didn't know Yelp was out here. I thought it was just strictly a U.S.-based operation, but that's cool you guys expanded out.
It is. There's people like me all over the world, and it's really...
There's more Howies?
There's more Howies. Not exactly. They have better names.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we talked about Howie's name in the previous episode, and there's only 3 types of Howies that are... Basically 2, you said, right?
Yeah.
No, 3.
Well, I would say the Howies of today they're either named after their parents or their grandparents. In my case, I'm Howard III, or they're soda jerks. They work at the ice cream shop, or they're that guy in the office that everyone hates. Like, oh, Howie broke the copier today.
Yeah, it's Howie's fault.
It's Howie's fault. So, yeah.
I can just picture that on The Office or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Almost like a Dwight.
Mm-hmm. And as we mentioned, no one in Albuquerque, at least locals, don't seem to know how to spell my name. It's always Howee or EY.
Which is surprising. Because, well, I don't know, maybe I just been watching too many Bobby's World or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is a Howie Mandel show. What is Howie Mandel on? Didn't he do some other shows?
He did. Isn't he on The Voice right now or something?
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? He was on Deal or No Deal. No, was that him?
Yeah, I think that was his.
Okay.
And he had one of those shows. Yeah. Yeah. I
don't know what he's doing now.
Kind of lost him after when I was a 12-year-old and I liked Bobby's World. Yeah. But yeah.
So
I haven't been paying too much attention.
So you connect business owners with customers, business owners. Little recap: if you're on the Yelp app, things to check out: local flavor. There's a more button in the bottom right. Then you can go to local events.
Yes.
That Howie and his team, your apprentice or
I have an intern.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Sort of a marketing assistant.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Is it worth shouting out who they are?
Yeah, Grant Lacey. What's up?
Grant Lacey.
Yes. Really.
Does he have a sister?
Yes, he does.
That name sounds familiar.
This is Albuquerque, isn't it? This is like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, like
that name sounds highly familiar.
We are connected. Yes, his sister, older sister. I don't know. She's in medicine. I'm not sure.
Name sounds familiar. I don't know. We were talking about how we were probably 6 degrees apart, and then I was like, dude, we're 2 degrees because I know Brittany.
Yep.
Brittany connected us, Brittany Flowers, from Casa 2 Style. Two Casa Style.
Close enough.
Brittany, you're going to hate me.
No.
2 Casa Style, Brittany. You can also see Howie every Wednesday at 2 Casa Style. Email Howie Albuquerque at yelp.com. Now, is that true about every city? So I
Yeah.
can do pietown@yelp.com?
No.
Is that going to get kicked back instantly?
Just in New Mexico. In New Mexico, it's just Albuquerque. But yeah, for the most part.
Big cities like Denver at Phoenix.
Yes. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
You're going to get connected to the community manager.
That's really cool. So you can find Howie K period on Yelp. I don't know if you can search for people.
Oh yeah, you could totally search for
okay.
people. Just search Howie in Albuquerque. And
You'll
the
pop
only
up.
one that's here, apparently.
Anything else you want to share with anybody?
I don't think so. I think this
We
has been
kinda
a lot of
covered
fun.
it.
Yeah.
Covered it in the
It's been
first
great.
episode, which we did twice, which is like reminded me of Ace Ventura when he's going back. Remember he does that football thing in the tutu,
Yes.
and he goes back and does it again. Sorry, tangents. My name's Chris Martin with The Real Albuquerque. You can find, like I said, Howie Wednesdays, Channel 2, 9 to 10, Albuquerque@yelp.com, on the app at local events. Check out local flavor. That's about it. If you're a business owner, go to biz.yelp.com.
You got it. Nailed it.
Boom, you'll get connected with services like coupons, reviews, etc.
You can respond to your reviews. You can just take ownership of your business page.
Yeah.
Unlock it.
Because people are talking about you,
Yes.
potentially.
Yeah.
You brought this up. Sorry, I don't know if your wife's here yet.
No.
You talked about this about I don't know if this is the first or second episode, but the body shop.
Yes.
And how the guy just referred you to a guy. This was in this episode. So earlier in this episode, we talked about the...
Yeah.
This all kind of runs together. You're like, what day is it? You talked about the body shop guy, and he had no reviews. He was not taking ownership of his brand at all. Wasn't connecting with his brand.
Correct.
And you're like, he lost business because you went there and said, I don't know if this guy's real, if he's sketchy, if he's a sleazy or not. You just don't know. Or it could be the best body shop in America.
Right.
You just don't know.
You don't know, and he hasn't done the work to just. It's very simple, but he hasn't made his online presence, his online storefront, as we say.
Yeah.
That's something of a priority. So it's cool that he's getting referred to from from a dealership here, and I hope that relationship goes really well. But I'm going to refer to a resource that I think is actually really trustworthy.
Yeah, I check out personal reviews a lot on Yelp. You're like, where do I want to go there? And you're like, this person had horrible service, and this place has great service. And that's how you kind of base your stuff. Can I look to see what reviews I've given?
Yeah. Yeah. Are we friends on Yelp?
No, we can be.
We need to be.
I'm trying to find.
You have a Mercedes sign as your profile?
Yeah.
All right. You're rolling.
Man, I was trying to think of that Mexican restaurant in Kansas City. I guess I can search Kansas City Mexican restaurant.
Well, on the app, that's going to be harder because. Or did you find a Kansas City joint here in Albuquerque?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so no, that's going to be easier on our website, just because this is just searching your location here.
No, but I can do Kansas City, right?
Okay, yes, you're changing up your location. Yeah, sure.
Oh man, I was really trying to find this place. Starts with a P.
You and I may have been to the same one. I went to a really good place last time I was going through it too.
Where did you end up going?
It's been a while. It's been a couple of years, so I can't recall.
Man, and you're gonna leave, and we're gonna be on another podcast, and I'll forget about it. And hilarious place in Kansas City. Man, it starts with a P. Let me type in. Can I type in Mexican with a P? We're just exploring the app here, people.
Yes.
If you're listening, and you're like, what is going on here?
Could not be more exciting for you.
It's not finding it, but I'm using vague things here. Man, it's why I wanted to share is they had hilarious reviews.
Yes.
But you can find that at any place. I don't know why I'm all caught up on this one place.
Yeah, but
I'll
there are
find
some are more literally just what we call Yelpy. Some are more Yelpy than others.
Yeah.
And for sure, I do think that that quite frequently what I'm reading is what I'm seeing in reviews is not only more sort of down to earth and sort of my level, but is absolutely hilarious to boot. Whereas a lot of the time, say I'm reading a restaurant review in Alternative Weekly or a magazine or something like that, And I'll wonder what the relationship was there.
Oh.
Like the reviewer, did they let the restaurant know that they were coming in? Is the restaurant paying, are they paying for advertising in that publication? Is there a relationship? And quite often there is. And so that review will immediately be tainted by that, that relationship.
Really?
Oh, sure. And I speak with this with a little experience. I wrote restaurant, what I called features for Albuquerque the Magazine for over a year here, and I really enjoyed them, and I think that they were really authentic features. But that said, there is a relationship there with a lot of restaurants where they've already been advertising with the business for a long time, so they're naturally going to have more. They're going to get a little bit more exposure and promotion, and that's fine. But typically, Yelp reviews are from everyday people who are having these everyday experiences.
Right, and I found it was Ponax.
Nice.
Ponax in Kansas City. If you're in Kansas City, check out Ponax.
Just think Podunk, Ponax.
Ponax. Margaritas are like liquid fire in a good way. They're as strong as all get out. Experience, check it out. It's worth it. But, and I bring up that point because Ponax has some funny reviews. But, it's really on to the community to bring into... Pardon me, I don't know what I'm saying.
No.
It's for community members to share their experiences, like you said, with the community. So
correct.
I should probably, after this, go to our burrito places that reviewed and say how good they were, or not how good they were.
Sure.
But we liked them both, so.
Yeah. Yeah. You're, as opposed to, quite honestly, as opposed to like most of your social media posts, which will get buried deep, immediately, pretty much as soon as they're put out there, they're gone.
Yeah.
Right. These are contributions that you're making to your community that are lasting.
Right.
That people are going to use and find useful. So.
Sorry guys, I'm looking down. If you're watching this, I'm playing with the Yelp app because it's pretty fun. There's a lot of stuff I didn't know.
You know what?
Local flavor.
Try the. There are a few features that are really fun, but I'm thinking of one in particular that I really want to show you.
Okay.
The monocle.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Okay. All right. So this is a.
Oh no way! This is VR.
Yes, it's going to tell you where businesses are in relation to where you are.
How do I get to that?
It should be in your list as well. It's not.
Under more categories? Or under more?
Monocle is super cool, people. You have to try this. It's I'm just not familiar with iPhone as well, so we're going to have to...
I can't search monocle. That's just searching... Oh, maybe map?
But no, that shouldn't be it either. It's not... It's not...
Oh, here it is.
There it is. You found it.
It's under more.
Okay.
Monocle. Oh, very cool. Oh, then I can put bars, restaurants.
Is that working?
Yeah. Hold on.
But is it? Oh, yeah. There you go.
So it says the range.
In
down
that
and dirty seafood boil bull chicks really are all this direction. Audrey doesn't have anything. Let's see everything. See what's next to Audrey. Nothing. Blake's Doggies Den Grooming. Oh, this is cool.
It is cool, especially when you're.
Oh, look at that, like that.
Yeah, there you go.
That's where Saul Goodman's place is.
Yeah, there's a lot of businesses right.
Dirty Bourbon, Flames, Sinners and Saints. Wow, let me screenshot this. And I'll show these people. That's really cool.
It is cool.
I didn't know about that.
Fun feature. When I showed that to Brittany Flowers, she freaked out as well.
So that's a monocle feature under more. If you're on the iPhone, if you're on Android, I'm not sure where it's at. I'm with you. On Android, I get lost, dude.
Yeah. If you're not using the system, and it's funny because I'm a Mac guy when it comes to.
Oh, really?
My computer, my desktop and laptop.
Right.
So when I'm on Windows, I have no idea.
You're like, what the heck's going on? What's the circle thing as a start?
Exactly.
Okay, guys, we've gone on. My name is Chris Marr with The Real Albuquerque. You can find us here on YouTube, Stitcher, iTunes. Howie K. Kybell.
Kybell. Good job. Close enough.
Kaible on Yelp. We said it again. Local flavors, local events, Monocle. Just check out the app. If you're a business, sign up. If you're a user, contribute, and boom, everybody's happy.
Sounds great. Yep.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week where we have another local person doing local things. All right, bye, guys.
Bye, guys.